At the moment, both our inline query handlers uses the bot on inline query listener to handle the request. So how can we enable both handlers without causing any conflicts? Well, one way we can do it is by changing the bot on method to the inline query method and using regular expression to determine what the user has typed. So if you refer to the documentation for the inline query method, you can see that not only is string supported, but we can also use regular expression to set the triggers. We won't be going through what regular expression is in this section, but you can do a quick Google search to find out more about it if you don't know what it is. So how it works with our bot is, after typing our bot's username, the user can choose between a pixel-based search or wiki search by typing either P or W. So for example, if the user types P and a search query, the bot inline query for pixel-based search will trigger because it detects if there is a P followed by one white space as represented by the \s, any character as represented by the dot, one or more times as represented by the plus sign. Similarly, for the wiki search, if the user types a W followed by the search query. Let's start by uncommenting out the inline query handler for the pixel-based search, and now we want to change the bot on method to bot inline query, and we also have to change this string into regular expression. So the way we do it is 2/, and in the center we put P for pixel-based search, followed by a space with \s and a dot to represent any character plus one or more times. So any character one or more times. Next, we must also change the query. So let's comment this out for now. We will create a new variable named input. So if let's say we have input P iPhone 8, we want to do a context dot inline query dot query. So we get the query data, then we split it by spaces. So what this do is it converts the string that we have gotten into an array separated by spaces. And now we will do a input dot shift. So what this does is it removes the first element in the array, so the array becomes just iPhone 8. And finally, we can call our we can create our query variable, and this time we do a input dot join by spaces. So the variable now becomes iPhone 8, so it becomes a string again. So this is how we modify the query variable. Let me get rid of the comments. And now let's copy this code for the wiki search. And we can change the P to W, give some spaces. And now we can save the file, make sure that the bot has restarted, and we can test out the code. So we will call the bot's username, and we can give a search term like cat from the pixel-based search. We can also test out the wiki search with a W and a search term. So everything works properly.